Teachers, parents, you can watch this one too, but teachers, it is the end of fall semester 2020, a crazy semester. And teachers, if you have students who struggle with executive function and you want to know how to better support them, I made this video for you. Parents who are watching, you may want to watch this video to hear how I talk to teachers about what they can do to support your children so that you can be better empowered to support your child as well. My name is Seth Perler. I'm an executive function coach based out of Maui, and I help struggling students navigate this thing called education so they can have a great future. And teachers, this semester has been crazy. Everyone's exhausted. Teachers, I want to honor you and thank you and appreciate you for all of the extra time and energy and heart you have had to put into this semester to adapt to these extraordinary conditions. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We are also appreciative. We know you're probably burnt out and tired and in dire need of winter break. Much deserved. So here's what's coming up, teachers. For my students who struggle with executive function, the families, the students that I coach, what's happening is this is the part of the semester that I call Hail Mary. And what that means is that your students who are struggling have your current work that you're teaching them. They have their makeup work. These are the students who have missings, incompletes, late work, zeros. They forget their names. They do their homework and forget to turn it into you. These kids, these are the ones that I'm working with. So they're dealing with makeup work, the current work, and they're dealing with the end of the semester, your final exams, your final projects, your final reading assignments, and final papers. These are long-term things that most students, you're telling them, hey, you should be spending this much time on it. But these kids with executive function struggles do it at the last minute, often forget to do it, don't do it at all, or they just slap it together and don't do real well on it. So that's what's coming up is Hail Mary time. So if you want to help these students who struggle with executive function, how do you help them? Well, first of all, number one thing that you can do, teachers, to help these students is help them get clarity. Help the parents and the students get clarity on your expectations. What you can proactively do this rather than reactively. Give them clarity on your portal in email. Say, hey, everybody, I want to make you crystal clear. Listen, teachers, you got to understand this. Please understand this. I've been doing this a long time. Even during a normal school year, one of the biggest problems is that my students don't understand what's going on and their parents can't look online and look at the portals and figure out and get clarity around what your expectations are. It's a horrific problem because it's unclear. Now, a lot of teachers do a great job being crystal clear. And you don't want to write giant paragraphs to parents and kids. You want bullets. Make it very clear, very easy for people to understand. Here are some. Now, I have a whole video on, I think I called it the FAQ, how a teacher can make an FAQ. But basically, you're going to want to give them clarity on if they have late work, what do they do? Tell the parents and the kids in an email, hey, if you have late work, here's my policy, here's why I do it this way, and here's where I'll be flexible, and here's where I won't, and here's why. So tell them about late work and missings and zeros and incompletes. Tell them about the upcoming work. It's the end of the semester. We got 2 or 3 more weeks. Here is the current work that we're working on. Here's the papers, exams, projects, and reading assignments that are coming up that are long-term. Do not wait till the last minute. Tell them all those things. And these are the things that can be turned in. Here's where you look on the portal. Here's where your password is. Here's how often you look on the portal. Here's what day you should look at my portal. Here's where extra copies are. You should tell them everything, teachers. Parents are struggling. They're asking their kid who struggles with executive function to answer these questions, and their kid doesn't know. So please support them in this way. It is really important. So number 1, help them with clarity. Number 2, be empathetic, compassionate, understanding, and really make modifications and accommodations for these kids with compassion and empathy and understanding. There's a lot of misunderstanding with teachers where teachers think if the kid would just try harder, if they just put forth more effort, if they would just care more about school, if they would just work harder, all these things that don't understand that the executive function struggles that they're experiencing are real and legitimate. That if they could do better, they would do better. They don't have these skills to do everything we're asking them to do. And then the teacher might say, oh, well, I've seen them do it before and blah, blah, blah. Well, there are a lot of complex things going on beneath the surface. So please really, really think through what we're asking the kids to do, how we're grading them and scoring them, and really be flexible. Please be flexible. Please be understanding. These kids are struggling. The next thing that I want to mention, that I mentioned to parents as well, is that the most important thing for these kids, and to me, the most important, every presentation I do, the most important thing ever is the relationship. You have such an opportunity, teachers, to build a relationship with the parents and your students, particularly with your students, a secure, healthy attached relationship where they feel like you're a secure person for them. So most important thing. So you have these kids who are struggling. A lot of these kids feel very shamed, feel very beaten down. They really get to a point, especially in middle school and high school, where they're like, why should I even try? All I do is fail. I can never do enough for these teachers. Really, they need to know that you care. It's so easy just to take extra time and be like, hey, just want you to know I'm really proud. You send them a little Loom video, send them an email or whatever. And just some of these kids need your extra, just little messages every once in a while, and just noticing what they're doing well and how they're trying, their effort, not the results, not what they're turning in, not all that stuff. They need to be seen. They need to feel important and valued. So you have such an awesome opportunity to do that. So I just really wanted to put that out there, and just remember why you got into teaching. Because you love kids, because you wanted to make a difference. And we get very caught up in the system, and the system is telling you, you got to follow your standards, you got to do your Common Core, you got to jump through these hoops, you got to blah 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 blah. But you have a huge, don't forget, that why you got into this, and that there's this human being that you are impacting right in front of you, and what you say, what you do, the words you use, the energy you use, and your relationship with them matters. It makes an impact, and makes you can remember your teachers from when you were a child. So you have an opportunity for these kids who are really struggling to help, give them the benefit of the doubt, even more than you sometimes think you should. And really just keep giving them the benefit of the doubt, and just listen to your gut, and listen to your gut over the system or the pressures that you feel or that you've learned as you've grown up. Really know how to decipher that. Anyhow, my name's Seth Perler. I'm an executive function coach. Go to sethperler.com. You can sign up for my site. I have lots of teacher videos on my YouTube channel. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, share the stuff, leave a comment. What do you think about this video? Have a great day. And teachers, have a fantastic break. And I hope it's restful for you when you get to winter break. And have a great time with your kids in this final push. Take care.